80 pounds versus 10 pounds for afternoon tea. See what is right for you in this unforgettable British experience, in our opinion.
So we also share a mid-price option and a lot of different unique experiences.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Erica.
And we're your guides abroad. And we're at Buckingham Palace. Fun fact, the only place in London where they drive on the right-hand side is here at the Savoy on the entrance area. That's really cool. This is a fun one. Today we're going to a posh tea place. It's at the Savoy. The Savoy is a luxury hotel located on the Strand in the city of Westminster. They call it the Savoy because it's built on the Palace of Savoy, which is built here in 1263. They've been serving afternoon tea here since 1889. We're going to the Thames Foyer today for tea. A reservation is required to book, and I recommend booking in advance. This place is lovely. This afternoon tea costs 80 pounds. The kids are 40 pounds. If you want a glass of champagne, it starts at 100 pounds for this. I know, it's very expensive. Other ones that are similar in value in like luxury is the Ritz. That's 76 pounds, I believe. And then Claridge is also for about 70 pounds. Let's talk dress code. For this one, it's smart casual. I feel like I am very underdressed right now compared to everybody else here. I don't like feeling underdressed. The Ritz requires a jacket to attend that one. So that's a good thing to know when you go to these luxury teas. Now, it's expensive, but it's a full meal. It's a lot of food they bring you. It's like lunch and dinner combined is what a lot of people say. So we'll fill you up and then like look at it as like you're saving a meal, right? Whatever works for you. What's nice with these luxury ones is that you usually have an executive chef who changes the menu with the sandwiches. And it's like a seasonal menu. So right now at the Thames Foyer, we're having the summer afternoon tea. It is a lot of food because they do refills here compared to the lower cost ones that we'll talk about later. They will refill as much as you like, as much tea as you want, refill your sandwiches. So you can fill up as much as you like. It's lovely.
Do you toast tea? I've been to a lot of afternoon teas. I feel so sad that I have never been to this one and that I didn't even go to this one when we were living here, because this is by far the nicest afternoon tea I've been to. Although I will say I've loved the other ones. I love this because I love the seating. It's so comfortable. What a nice setup we have here. I really like the menu options. I love the savory bites. The service, I mean, excellent. What a fun atmosphere for afternoon tea. I really love this. Other places that I've been and loved, I will say, I do love the Goring. It's a really nice afternoon tea, and it's very close to Buckingham Palace, in case you're in that area. And then I've also been to Sketch a number of times, which is kind of a fun and funky afternoon tea. Before we head to our mid-tier option, let me tell you about two other types of tea that you may have heard of, so you understand the difference between them and afternoon tea. The first one is cream tea. You'll see this offered a lot of different places in London. Lots of cafes and restaurants will offer cream tea. What that is, it's really simple, affordable, fun. You just get some tea and some scones with clotted cream and jam. I usually see them for, I don't know, £6. Then there's also high tea, which a lot of people mistake for afternoon tea, but high tea was actually, it started as a supper for working class, and it is kind of like a heartier meal with bread and cheese and vegetables. And now it's just referred to as tea sometimes, and that can be used for supper. So that's not the same thing as afternoon tea. And funny story, our son was born here. When I signed him up to go to nursery, they said he would have tea at around 4 or 4:30 in the afternoon. And I was so confused. I thought he was having afternoon tea, and I had to actually ask for clarification, and they were like, no, it's like a supper. Tea is a supper. So there you go. And on to the mid-priced option now.
So for a middle tier option, we are at Liberty London. This is a department store between Oxford Circus and Piccadilly Circus. Great place to come, relax, and this is a good price. It's $28.50 for one, or for two people, it's £54.50 pounds. So they have a great selection of food here. The Arthur's Cafe is on the second floor. It's an Art Deco cafe, but it's in Liberty, which is a beautiful Tudor building. It's just worth coming to Liberty just to check out the building alone. But come in here, have some great afternoon tea. It's really good. And let's talk some etiquette, afternoon tea etiquette. All right, there's some few things that people care about, but really it doesn't matter. The scone, all right? So if you're from the West County, like the Cornish way, is to always add the jam first to the scone. But if you're from Devonshire, they add the cream first. And also how you open it. You see, I opened it by twisting it. Some people like to cut it. Actually, none of this matters at all, so just do what you like. So English lore has it that they used to always add the milk first because they're worried about the china breaking. So they'd add the milk first to help cool off the glass. I don't know if that's true, but that's the story from the Ritz anyways. Nowadays though, you add your tea first, then you can like adjust the temperature by adding the milk to it. But if you're having like an Earl Grey tea, which has like a citrus flavors or other things like that, you might now want to add milk. Ask your server about the best way to do it based on the tea you're having.
Okay, so you have 3 courses when it comes to afternoon tea. You usually start with the sandwiches, then move on to the scones, and then finish with the pastries. And this is served between lunch and dinner, but it truly is a full meal. So either skip lunch or plan on skipping dinner because it's a lot of food.
If you're looking for other middle tier afternoon tea locations, other really good ones are the Ivy restaurants like Ivy Chelsea. Also Bluebird in Chelsea is another great option. Erica used to love to go there. And you have the Orangery at Kensington Palace, the Wallace Collection in Marylebone, and also the British Museum actually has a good afternoon tea right in the center restaurant. So pretty cool place to go visit. I mean, let's face it, with afternoon tea, when you're a visitor to London, it's fun just to go to a fun environment for it, plus having the experience. Okay, that's it. On to the really good value, cheapest option for afternoon tea in London. Ta-da! So at the M&S, you don't want the food hall, you want the M&S Cafe.
All right, so we're at an M&S Cafe, and it's different than an M&S food hall, which you might find, but I love M&S cafes. This is 2 servings, so this is afternoon tea for 2, but that's still a ton of food for 10 pounds, right? For 10 pounds, you would get all these sandwiches, one of the macarons that the kids ate, a cupcake, and 1 scone, plus the tea. That's a lot for 10 pounds. Wow. One thing I will say is sometimes when you go to the fancy teas, they say if you want refills on anything, just ask. And so they'll bring more sandwiches or pastries or scones. I have a feeling they don't do that here for 10 pounds. They start serving afternoon tea at 2 p.m. We've also been to the one at the Westfield shopping mall. Pull up Google Maps and see which one is closest to your location. And just a warning, I would get there close to 2 because these are very popular, obviously for the price, and they have sold out on us. We've shown up around 4 and they've been all out for the day. And unlike pretty much most of the other afternoon tea locations, no reservations are necessary. Cream goes first.
Let's talk a little history on afternoon tea while we're here. This initiative started with Duchess of Bedford Anna Russell in the 1840s. She was a friend of Queen Victoria and a member of high society. She visited the Duke of Rutland, where she asked for some sandwiches and cakes and teas, to fight off that starving feeling between lunch and dinner. And then she started to have tea parties, and it kind of exploded into afternoon tea. That really exploded because it's a very civilized affair. That's the history of how afternoon tea started.
So as we finish this up, I'm going to leave you with one really big tip. If you're visiting London, you want our 1-day free download itinerary. Head to yourguidesabroad.com/London to grab that. It takes you on a great walking tour around the city, so you already have one of your days planned. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.